Olugbenga, the one who is lifted up and who in turn uplifts the rest, a thread that binds us all. To know him is to experience rarity during one's lifetime. Many can think back to a time in the distant past when he came into our consciousness. For some, it was at a tender age, for others much later. Regardless, we share this gift of a man of and for all seasons, and certainly the man of this moment. Olugbenga Akinwale Olunloyo was born on the 11th of May 1964 to Victor Omololu Sowemimo Olunloyo, his father, and his loving mother Olufumilayo Akmike. Both were beacons on his path to promise. During his early years, he was a precocious lad who had to forge his path through times of uncertainty, and yet always held his head up high. He would get into trouble now and then, but whenever he did, life-changing experiences followed suit. Those initial storms eventually gave way to the bright, sunny personality we have all come to know. Being the first son, his parents held him to rather high standards, and with a legacy of endurance, determination, and accomplishment, he won through and became the true icon we all know today. Abadino School at the University of Ibadan and the prestigious GCI, Government College Ibadan, played host to Olugbenga during his formative years in primary and secondary school respectively, while Obafemi Awolowo University, the Great Ife, set the stage for the unfolding of the man. During his educational years, Olugbenga was undeniably present amongst his friends, yet not overpowering in his disposition. Everyone loved to have him around, as he was always able to unite factions and create unlikely connections. Even now, he remains the unifying force amongst family, friends, and acquaintances, no matter their location. His delightful array of siblings, from Olaide through Jumoke, Abiodun, Folashade, Bemisola, and Olabisi, to the Double O's, all attest to this. Even though he grew up somewhat reserved amongst his siblings, everyone connected with him. Olugbenga, together with his brothers and sisters, loved spending hours catching up on their hair-raising escapades, as life often placed them in different spaces. It was the easiest thing to listen to Olugbenga, as he always had extremely fascinating stories. A defining moment came for Olugbenga and the entire Olunloyo family on Friday the 20th of April 1978, a day that will truly live in infamy. They ran into a violent mob on Ikorodu Road that fateful evening during the Ali Must Go riots. This would leave his younger brother Akitayo badly injured and a paraplegic for the rest of his remarkable life. After that fateful weekend, Olugbenga, aka 002, and his siblings were dispersed to live with other families, leaving their parents to grapple with the emerging realities of the nuclear family front. Akitayo, who was 8 years old at the time, was severely impacted by the events of that day and would become a focus of Olugbenga's benevolence and care for many decades. Such is what Olugbenga is made of. Like every other family member, shell-shocked by the incident, Olugbenga strove in many ways, open and covert, simple and complex, to make Akitayo's life comfortable and practical. He made valiant efforts in England during the 1990s to give Akitayo a semblance of independence despite the circumstances. Moreover, Olugbenga's caring nature extended well beyond the confines of his nuclear family. He was and remains the one who always seems to know where everyone is, how they were doing, and what role they played in the bigger picture of life. Olugbenga has since further honed this trait, which led his beloved younger brother, Ayobami, aka 007, to dub him the guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who can solve the problem. In other words, whatever the need, Olugbenga is the man who will always get a solution. He's evidently an expert networker, always effortlessly drawing people together. Around 1983, an open secret, still of uncertain origins, emerged within family circles. This was Olugbenga's undying nickname, Kapoor, which has stuck to this day. Kapoor means different things to different people. To some, it is a person. To others, it is a brand. And yet to others, it is legend. But this is clear, that Kapoor has come to distinguish himself through his humanity, humility, ability, non-judgmentalism, and pure conviction in the inherent good in human beings. With his eldest sibling, Oluyemi, aka 001, lifelong mutual love and respect exist, born of a shared unflinching devotion to putting family first and in the best possible light. In her curious research into the name Kapoor, Oluyemi discovered an interesting interpretation that exemplifies Olugbenga's person. In Indian Punjab culture, Kapoor or Kapur translates to camphor, a popular product with various household uses, including germ control, air purification, and insect repellent. If you know Olugbenga, then you know he is the force that rids groups of unbecoming behavior, hatred, and dissension. Rather, he fosters unity, tolerance, and compassion, always cleansing life's situations and leaving them better than he found them. By the conclusion of his university education in 1989 at Obafemi Awolowo University in Ife, Olugbenga decided to further his quest for self-development by relocating to England in 1992. This move was spurred on by his ever-supportive mummy, Olufunmilayo Olaitan Olunloyo. While at Ife, he met his beautiful wife, Ayodele Atinuke Nefaniyi, with whom he made a life commitment in December 1994 at the age of 30. By the special grace of God the Almighty, they are still together on that journey 30 years later this year. While living in London for the better part of the 1990s and early 2000s, Olugbenga and his wife were blessed with 3 children: Oluwasekemi, Oluwaferanmi, and Oluwabukumi, cool, calm, high achievers in their own right. As unifier-in-chief, Olugbenga worked hard to ensure his growing family was protected and secure in every way. His illustrious career took a critical turn when he diversified his skill set into information technology, which he had a natural affinity for, consequently leading him to work with the BBC and other notable organizations. True to form, Olugbenga revealed a long-recognized Olunloyo trait of being multi-skilled, multiple-interest solutions providers. Between 2002 and 2005, Olugbenga and his young family returned to Nigeria. He was able to seamlessly navigate the terrain, which at times was filled with uncertainty, apprehension, and duplicitousness in others, but none of it infiltrated his ironclad integrity. Olugbenga used survival skills he earned during his early life to successfully navigate the waters of uncertainty. He developed new connections while skillfully nurturing existing ones. He related with people at all levels and naturally exemplified crossover appeal with which he carved out a niche as his own man. As a people person who learnt at an early age to invest in others and maintain extensive contacts, it's no surprise that he eventually earned another nickname, the Genie. The Genie, that mythical being that makes others' wishes come true. Certainly, many have benefited from Olugbenga's generosity of heart and spirit. His effortless beneficence is truly inspirational to all, near and far. When all is said and done, in Olugbenga Akinwale Olunloyo, we have an exemplary human being, a pivotal clan member, and a builder of people, places, and things. He is a manager of materials, methods, and men who always exudes quiet, unwavering determination, cloaked in an impenetrable canopy of humility, calm, and fortitude, all undergirded by stoic benevolence. It is for these and many other reasons that we all, together, celebrate your wonderful life today, the 11th of May 2024, as you turn 60. May manifold blessings and the Almighty's abiding grace remain with you always. Amen.